I get why they were like Alex. That makes sense.
Well, that's a great start. See, now we've clipped. I'll clip that now because we've just started recording, so that's perfect. So, hey guys, I'm Rick, and that is one big pile of bricks with our lovely friends Trent and Alex. Alex and Trent. Trent and Alex. Who's the most important one here? Alex has been on
Alex by far is the most world record when it comes to hours building on Lego Masters. You can't go past that, and she's delightful to look at as well. So I don't offer the same thing.
Well, that's nice of you to say, Trent. Just don't comment on me, and that's fine. So that's a good start to the podcast. Hey guys,
that's one big pile of bricks.
It's funny because Trent doesn't know, but Alex has a T-shirt with my face on it.
I was going to wear
it.
It. Yeah.
Are you wearing it?
No, I didn't. I put my pajamas on.
How does one get one of these T-shirts, Rick?
Alex designed them.
Right.
So Alex, Joss has one. Who else has one?
That's it.
Just you.
I want to join the club.
It's so funny.
I'll get you on.
And it's just the most funniest thing you'll ever see. And then I was like, should I release merch? I'm like, no, it's stupid. And then someone saw, someone's seen it a few times. They've seen them, and they're like, where do they get those? I'm like, they've made them themselves. They're like, really? And I'm like, yes. It's like, and it's just me going like that, like
marketing opportunity missed here, Rick. You got to get on board.
Yeah, but I'm like, I don't have a pretty face like Alex, and no one really wants to buy a shirt with my head on it, right? Like,
you never know.
So, how have you guys been? How is life post Lego Masters Grand Masters of the Universe?
Of the Galaxy.
Oh, sorry, close enough. Close enough, all right? There's so many Lego Masters now. How am I meant to keep up?
Yeah. You've done well. I think that was the name they wanted. And I think a little bit too close to He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. So we ended up with Galaxy. That was a sensational ride, can I tell you? That was so much fun. One, working with Al, who we just got along in terms of one as people, because Al's fantastic, but also just in terms of the build style. So it's great to have really fun partner to work on the season with. But the best thing I'd say about Grandmaster of the Galaxy was the internationals, and not only on set but off set, and the fun and shenanigans we got up to with those guys was absolutely brilliant. So just it was hard work, but the atmosphere was amazing.
I couldn't think that Lego Masters would be hard work. Everyone must think it's so easy to be on a show like that. It must be so easy. Just building
long days,
build Lego.
Long days in the studio. It's like, people don't see the 3 hours that you've been, preparing to get on set before you get on set to build. So they're long days, and that's the challenge. Is you're up. I mean, I don't know when you were getting up, Al. I was getting up at 5 a.m. most days, and you might not be done. You'll be in bed. Luckily, it's sort of like 10 p.m. After you've done everything you need to. So it's that day in, day out. So it's great fun, but they're long days, and it is trying.
Well, it doesn't surprise me because everyone, it's funny, right? Because when you speak to Ryan, obviously Brickman, about it, he's like, oh yeah, it's not that bad, but he's not the one that's slugging it out the whole time. It's you guys that are slugging it for the whole. Here's a little bit of secret that people don't realize, that Brickman's not with you guys the whole time. He'll just come around and just give you feedback and then disappear and then be resting in the green room while you guys are working.
And then leaves.
Yeah. So
I got to do Rick. I got to do season 3. I got to do a cameo. So I was on the production side or on the Brickman side. And I tell you what, I know it was filmed at a different studio than it is currently, but you'd walk backstage and the green room for the crew. And obviously there's a lot of them, but that was like a paradise. And so I'm imagining now that Brickman goes backstage, gets a pina colada, goes in a hot tub, there's I reckon that's what it's like. So yeah, I don't want to hear from Brickman, who's not on the floor. He doesn't get a comment on it.
No.
Wow, like that's an inside scoop. An attack at Port. No, it's not poor Brickman. Brickman's tough enough. He's doing all right for himself, so he's totally fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Hey,
So
now,
did you?
just on Brickman? Sorry to interrupt.
No,
Has
go
anyone
for it.
gone and seen the Star Wars Lego
Yeah.
exhibition that he's done? Because
I
that
went
looks
to the.
amazing. I want to
Yeah.
get over to Melbourne to check it out.
It's insane. I don't know where it's going to after Melbourne. The rumor is it's leaving Australia, so I don't think it's traveling the rest of Australia. So, but it's amazing. It's like we went to the family and friends night he did, and it was good. And some of the builds you're like, oh my god, and especially the life size sculptures with
Yeah.
like lightsabers. That iconic scene of like Yoda, like jumping through the air.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
you have to go, Trent. Like you have to see it before it leaves.
Melbourne. Yeah,
I think
sounds
it leaves after Brickvention actually, or around Brickvention time.
Yeah, right.
Okay, cool.
So,
Yep.
so maybe you can make it a tax deduction because you guys were on Lego Masters. You'd know that working in tax, Brett.
Yeah.
Trent, you could work something out.
Well, no, I
Well,
can't give tax advice. Consult with your tax advisor on any deductibility. I don't claim any of that sort of thing because to me, all the Lego stuff is a hobby. But you might get lucky if it's part of your business. You might.
Well,
be
it
able to claim
depends.
a
It
deduction.
depends on how many
Tax
more
advice.
seasons that Alex is going to be on. Because at this rate, I think she's going to be on nearly every season. So she might be able to claim it coming down, go visit Brickman, go see his lovely studio.
well, I'm working in Melbourne at the end of the year for 6 weeks, so I will have time to go and see it.
Well, Dave, funnily enough, Dave mentioned that when I was walking with him the other day. He goes, Alex is coming to Melbourne. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, for like 6 weeks. He told me, I was like, oh, cool. Because he's like, we should take her out bar hopping. That's what he said to me. I was like, we can if you want.
Ooh.
You say that now, but Alex is the wild one out of everybody. So
No, I love karaoke. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, karaoke's great. We're gonna hit up some karaoke.
Yeah,
for sure. This is Dave Holder you're talking about, Rick.
Yeah, Dave.
I love a good night on the town with Dave.
He's good at it. It's good value, Dave.
He's fantastic. Actually, we're hanging out. We were gonna grab ice cream in Sydney. So we're and I'm from Adelaide. I don't do queues, right? Okay, so I never line up at a restaurant that has a queue because Adelaide is country town, right? You can get away with that. But Sydney, Melbourne, different story. You got to, these guys are prepared to line up, right? So they're bracing for this stuff. So I'm standing in line with Dave. We're getting ice cream at some gourmet fancy.
Oh, is this the one with
place.
had like Baby Bell flavored ice cream?
Yeah. All those crazy
Yeah.
flavors, right?
Yeah.
And I'm telling Dave about my proclivity around lining up. I'm like, Dave, mate, I don't line up. And he's like, well, you know what? That means you're going to get some pretty bad, restaurant experiences. Like the lines are where the good things are at. I'm like, no, you know what? Adelaide's pretty good. He's like, come to think of it, I went. Speaking of bad restaurant experiences, I went to this food court and I got a meal. Right? I got this meal at this food court and I ate it. And I'm like, I don't know if it's just so bad. Like there's something wrong with the food, or if this is just what they serve up day in, day out. Like it's absolute trash. And he's like, I'm compelled. It's so bad. I've got to warn people. That this is a bad restaurant. Just be careful. The food's not great. So I'm going to write a review. He logs on to write the review, and he looks at the review above, and it's written by him, Dave Holder, like years ago. When he went to that same restaurant, and he's like, and he goes, and then I remembered I wrote that review, and it was so bad, I was compelled to write it, and I had to like sign up to a new account. I'm like, I'm signing up because I've got to get the word out. Didn't take his own advice. Classic Holder.
For those who don't know who Dave Holder is, he used to be a Lego master builder at Legoland, and he was one of the producers for a long time on Lego Masters. Up until I don't think he didn't do this previous season, right? He opted against it.
Nah.
And now he's doing other things, other exciting things. Still building Lego though. He's building still for Bricker Builds, which is exciting.
Yeah.
Very talented builder, Dave. Yep.
So since Alex is coming to Melbourne, you'll have to come at the same time, Trent, and then you can come out with me and Dave and see if you survive the night.
Oh yeah, no. Look, I'm like I said to Rick before we went live. I'm 43, and it's all about when you get to this point, it's all about.
He's like, my life's over.
No. Not over, but the nights on the town, getting home at 3 a.m. This old man body doesn't like it, right? So I'll hit you up till maybe midnight, and then it's my
mate. All the good places open at midnight. What are you talking about?
Low carb.
So, what was your experience like? I know you got all praise for Alex because everybody does, because Alex is amazing. What was your experience with building with Alex, a new team member, after your experience with Kale?
Look, me and Kale get along very well. I'm good friends with Kale. We chat and get along. And look, building is a high pressure environment, so it's hard. What I'd say about Alex is really good at generating just like really quick ideas. Like Alex will come up with an idea and it will like make sense for a build and it will work for the time we've got. And it'll be fun, and it'll be colorful, and it'll be all those things. So idea generation is really strong. And at the end, like we got to the Harry Potter episode, and I'm just like, Al, tell me what to build. And I think like our most polished, our best build, it was just straight out of Al's head.
Yeah,
just visualized it. And even like when I was building that, we had basically like a troll and a hallway with the Ravenclaw house colors. And I was trying to do the troll, and it just wasn't working. And I was like, got to give him an underbite, right? Like, you just got to give him this look. And then I tinker with that. I bring it back, show it to Al. How's this? Yeah, that's great. So it was really kind of come up with the pitch, come up with the idea, and then we just iterate and collaborate as we go. And it was just so easy. Like you don't have to be sensitive. That could be better. Just change that, make it like this, and you get a better result. So, really, really fun. Just had so much fun. And when you're in that zone of having fun and just being creative and not being too precious, I think the builds then are better for it.
Totally.
You're a very sweet Trent. You're a very sweet man. I just want you to say that. Like, he's like literally the best. Every time I interact with Trent, he's like one of the nicest guys in the Lego community. Kind of makes me sick, but that's fine. But like, it's true. Because Trent never says anything negative. You engage me like, oh yeah, this was what it is. There's never any downside to speaking to Trent. When he's being recorded anyway, but that's fine.
No, Trent is the best.
And Alex, how did you find building with Trent? After the internet thinks you and Caleb are a couple, but anyway, like after you and Caleb not working,
Caleb and I have been married for many years. No, Caleb. Yeah, as much as I miss Caleb, I feel like Trent and I just absolutely hit it off. Like, I think I was saying to someone the other day, like, so they were asking me, like, would you want a teammate that's like quite technical, considering that I don't do that, that much of that. Now I do a little bit, but I was sort of saying like I would much rather have someone who is on the same page, like creatively, and have the similar vibe, because you can figure that other shit out together, but trying to like reinvent a whole new vibe with someone whose aesthetic is the polar opposite of yours, I think that would be far harder. So I think with Trent, like, just the shit we love to build is the same. And it was just heavenly.
You guys, it was nice to see you guys get along, because how sometimes, in previous seasons, how they just chuck people together, and sometimes it's like oil and water sort of stuff, like it doesn't really gel, and then it doesn't sort of work out. But it was nice to see you guys get along and build well together.
No, when in the casting process, it was a bit like, do you want to do the show? I said, of course. And normally I would have like heard from Caleb. He said, "Oh, did you get a call? Did you get a call?" And I didn't hear from him from a long time. And I was sort of like, "Oh, I smell a bit of a rat here. Like, what's going on?" I just assumed it would be Caleb, obviously. And eventually I got on to someone and I said, "What's the go? Like, what's happening? Why, And they said, "Oh, well, how would you feel about being with Trent?" And I instantly was just like, absolutely. Just there's no way we're not doing this. Like, he's the ultimate partner, pretty much.
He's, like, and I don't say it because he said yes to the podcast, but like every time I've engaged with Trent, it's been always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Like it's never, you know how sometimes you engage some people and you walk away and you feel exhausted from a conversation? You don't feel like that with Trent. Like Trent's always the best.
Oh, I'm glad. That's the best compliment that you can interact with me and not feel like, oh man, jeez.
Well, because like you know what it's like. Because you guys are like celebrities, right? You guys are like the celebrities of the Lego community. So you know how sometimes you go to these Lego events, and I'm the same. After a while, you're tired and like you're engaging with people,
sure.
but when you engage with like Trent or like obviously you, Alex, like you don't really feel like
No, it's true.
like tired. You know what I mean? Like it's not having go at other people. It's just sometimes other people are like, oh, that could have finished 5 minutes earlier, but I could speak to Trent all day about just stuff.
Yeah.
Because Trent is the best. So did you guys? So it's funny, right? Because Alex knows this. I sent Alex a message, and I sent you a message, Trent. I was at the gym, like running on the treadmill, and a lady touches me on the arm, and I'm like, okay, like, and stop me mid run. She goes, oh, do you know Lego Masters guys? I was like, oh yeah, I've been watching it. She's like, Trent and Alex should have won. Do you remember this, Alex? And I sent it to you, and I was like,
I do now. I was like,
do you want me to send him a message? And she's like, you can't. No, I'm embarrassed. You can't send him a message. I was like, why? I'll just tell them. Like, they'll be fine. Like, I like Henry and Kate, but I was like, I can send them a message. And they're like, really? You know them? I was like, we're in the same circles. Like, you bump into each other at things. Like, you know them. And she was like, they were robbed. It was unfair. And I was like, oh, that's a bit cute. They would like to hear that. And then when I told her and I saw her a week later, she's like, I can't believe you know them. I just feel honored that they know that I care so much about them. It was really, really cute because I felt like even the customers and the kids that came in store were like felt more connected to you guys than any other team.
That's cute.
Like, and that's sweet,
It is sweet, and look, it's brilliant having Al as a partner because I think she brings a lot of that fun for the younger generation as well. But look, everyone on this season that built were amazing builders, and we could have had so many teams in that finale episode. And I'm like, just even the likes of Oscari and Aura would have built like an incredible finale build. I almost miss the fact we didn't get to see that. Di and J1, they were at their peak. It was like really close calls not to make it through those kind of final rounds. But look, and we've had a lot of lovely people reach out and they loved our final build. We played a bit of we played the card that was, let's make this appeal. Like, we're going to pull out all the tricks to try and make this appeal to kind of like the broadest cross section. And I'll tell you the funniest story, right? Like, so I've got a colleague at work. He's based in Perth, lovely guy. He and his wife, both huge Lego Masters fans. They love it. And he found out that like we were at the same employment, right? So he gave me like an internal message going, oh, I love the show. This is like prior to season 5, right? He knows every season, every episode, everything, right? So like biggest fan. He's got a young daughter. Anyway, it gets to and he's cheering me on. He's like rooting for me, right? Gets to the finale episode and he's like, I've got a problem. My daughter is called Athena. I love Greek mythology, right? Like, so he's just gone, guys, I love you. But Henry and Kate, like, I can't go past it. Like, this is just the best build ever. And it was so cool. Just the honesty. I love that. Like, I love the honesty that it's Lego. These are creations. They're personal, but they resonate with people differently. So you can have someone that is like so biased towards me and Al as a team. And he's just like, but mate, I can't go past Henry and Kate's build. I'm sorry. I love it. I'm voting for it. And that just speaks to the love and the passion and the creativity and the diversity. So everyone's entitled to their view. We love it. We love people that reach out and tell us, that they enjoyed our build. But can I tell you, being in that room with Henry and Kate's build, one thing they did, which I don't think's been done in Lego Masters, is the level of the quality of that final build. It was true craftsmanship. I reckon like Cade spent 24 hours on that Pegasus. Like, and it's not huge. Like it's like that big. It's just crafted so beautifully. And yes, as a result, they probably didn't have maybe some of the embellishments and the detail in the landscape that they could have. They originally wanted a 5-head Hydra. They wanted like 7 of those warriors, and so it did get pared down a little bit. But it was, I reckon, the best quality Lego building in a finale that we've seen. So that kudos to them, because that's a very, very hard feat.
Well, I think it was smart too, doing kind of the throwback to their original winning build, like doing that sort of Greek mythology stuff, which is quite clever, and just sort of like trying to pair it back. Because when I remember ringing Henry on the morning, I was like, "You guys won, right?" And Henry's like, "Nah, bro, we haven't won." He's like, "It's Trent and Alex." This is what he said to me. I was like, "You are way too happy for somebody coming into the morning of that finale." Because, like, spoilers, if you win, they usually ring you in the morning, right? Like, "Hey, be prepared, you won, good job, blah, blah." And it was like, and I rang him at like, it was like 11:30 in the morning. I was like, "You won." He's like, "Nah, bro." Because, we haven't had the phone call. We don't know we've won. I'm like, "You are way too happy." And he sort of gave it away and he didn't say anything. Then the next day I was like, he's like, "Yeah, but I just didn't want to, give you away. I wanted to see the finale because, Trent and Alex's build was pretty good. And I didn't want you to feel like," you know what I mean? He was like, "I didn't want you to like be spoiled by the fact that, we won." I was like, "Oh, that's really sweet, Henry." Like, because, I think people forget that even though it's a competition, everyone gets along. Like, everyone is friends. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like at the start, obviously, when it was new, like. Alex is gone quickly because she had to go let Ben in. So those who didn't know Ben
left his keys at home today.
Which season is he off? Trent, you would know. Which season is Benny off?
Ben's season 6. So the first, like the international. The
first the first one, right? Yeah. Now, have you been invited to come back to Lego Masters for the next season, Trent?
I cannot either confirm or deny.
Because I've heard a lot of rumors. Because the rumors, it's funny because the rumors swell very quickly, right?
Yeah. I suspect they do. I'm terrible on the rumor mill. Like, I know nothing. Like, I literally never hear anything but there are people that are well connected to the rumor mill. They will remain anonymous. But I can imagine in Lego circles, it does get around.
We have to keep our sources quiet.
Yeah.
And we don't want to get them into trouble, right? So, like,
that's right.
You hear the rumor mill and you're like, "Oh, that's the next season," because they haven't obviously announced it and they're preparing for it. And because they're filming USA right now in the Sydney studios, they're filming the USA season. So, like, they have to, once that's done, obviously they'll film your season. And then, not your season, next season.
If they're filming a season, they may very well, and you may know more than me. But that's a really interesting point. I did hear it that US was being filmed in Australia. So that's
Alex is back.
I'm back. Sorry,
hey, Alex. Hi. No, it's okay. You had to let poor Ben in because he was outside standing in the cold.
You can see him.
Oh my God, it's Ben from Lego Masters. Oh, how exciting is that? Hey, Ben.
Hello.
How you going?
Good. I won't interrupt too much, but hello all. Have a good
Hello.
interview.
We were just chatting about Alex being on the next season of Lego Masters.
Oh, again.
Ben's like, absolutely not.
Throwing out rumors, and I was tight-lipped.
Yeah, it's like we kind of want to go on a holiday, so.
Well, because it's like a lot of people don't realize it's 3 months of your life that goes when you film these shows, and
I can only take out in a hotel room for so long. Yeah, there's not much you can cook in the microwave.
Yeah.
At least you're in Sydney though. That's the main thing, and you weren't like in another state.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Anyway,
thanks a lot.
Enjoy.
That was a bit cute, Alex.
Everything's all right.
Ready, Trent? Oh, isn't that cute? Oh.
No.
We were just. I think Trent has frozen. Trent, are you there?
Trent does the frozen.
Sort of here, back.
I just froze for a second.
Yeah. I'm sure I was frozen in the most unflattering position.
That's so funny. Well, it is Adelaide internet, and we know some.
My mission in life when I freeze. Yeah, yeah, that's right. And I do have kids, Rick, and they love gaming. And even though I say don't jump on while I'm on the internet, because Adelaide broadband will only give you, like dial-up speeds. They're kind of addicted, right? So they're always jumping on.
So I have to ask you guys a question. After your latest experience of Lego Masters, would you go back if you were invited again?
Probably.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll team you up again, or they'll just kick Trent to the side, or kick Alex to the side, and bring someone else across.
I think.
Who knows? Yeah.
I feel like what I said to someone else the other day, like we did what we thought was, the best possible finale build. Like, how do you come up with something? You know what I mean? How do you come up with something that betters your best? So it would be hard going back, but it'd still be fun. Worth a crack.
I think the pressure on Alex has been massive, in my opinion, because like you've been in you were in like Grandmasters, and then you're in the Lego of the whatever universe. There's always like a different name, and I just feel like that there's so much pressure because obviously you've come second or third nearly every time. For me, that would break me because it's so hard to go back. No, because you're going back, right? And you're like, wow, there's all this pressure to build again.
Yeah.
And be that standard. That's hard. Like, it's not easy.
Yeah.
You make it look easy, but it wouldn't be easy. Like, it's incredibly hard, right?
Yeah, it is difficult. But I think that, and it's not even just like, your teammate that you're relying on to help you through. It's everybody. It's a team effort. So, no, I think we've always had really good people around us to make it easier,
Well, I'd like to hope that you guys get invited back.
Yeah.
We can't feel the rumors, and you can't give away the people that give you the rumors because you hear a lot of things through the grapevine occasionally about certain parts of the show, and you don't want to upset people.
You love rumors, Rick. You love it.
Me, never. I haven't spoken to you about rumors for a long time. Thank you very much. And my name's not Billsy. My name is not Billsy. So like. The first message I get from Billsy is like, oh, when are you speaking to Trent and Alex? I'm like, why? And he's like, oh, just ask him about the new season straight away. He's like, ask him if they're on the new season, see? And I was like, dude, they're not going to say anything to me. Because they know me, like, for those listening, Billsy and I are like, we love drama and we love rumors. So we hear it and it's like, you feed into it, right? Yeah. And Alex is at me. But I've been out of the loop a little bit because I've been unwell. But like, Billsy's like, straight away, Billsy will hear something and he'll ring me and he'll be like, bro, did you hear this, this, and this? I'm like, I'm out of it, man. Like my closest source doesn't work for them anymore. So like, you don't hear as much as you used to, right? And I said to him, he goes, yeah, but like, make sure you hit them up to see if they're on the next season. Because I was like, why? And he's like, oh, because I think they are. And I'm like, well, why don't you ask them yourself and see what they say? But, Billsy's like, oh, I'm like, I don't know anything about the season. I know some of the challenges already because Brickman's working on them and you get to see them. But, like, you don't know everything. So.
Just the challenges.
Just the challenges. No, because you hear it and you see, you go there and you look at his warehouse and sometimes you're allowed in and sometimes you're not. And when you're allowed in, you're like, what's that for? And he's like, nothing. And you're like, I know what that's for. Like, straight away you see it and you know what they're testing out for, right?
Yeah, right.
But, I'm glad that you guys got along and I appreciate you guys giving me your time today because I know you guys are both very busy. And, I'm looking forward to seeing you both on the next season of Lego Masters. Let's just fill that rumor very quickly. What would be nice, honestly? I'd love to see Alex and Benny on together. I think that would be amazing.
I'd love to see that too. I reckon Benny would be down with that. Al, how do you feel about it? Do you reckon you survive a 3-month shoot?
I think that we would have a pretty good time. Hey, Ratty?
What's that?
He's like, I'm not listening.
They're asking how would we go as a team? What do you reckon?
I would kill me by episode 2.
There's some inside scoop. So Alex is really a bad person and it's a front.
No, I think when people ask me about weird experience or was it tough or whatever, the only time I remember cracking it, not even cracking it, just being frustrated with Trent and myself at us, was that stupid car challenge. We were working and it would be anyone, Ben or I, Trent and I, you and I, Rick, when you're both working on something this small together and it's not going well and you're in each other's faces, you just want to rip the other person's head off. And there's no one's fault. and it's just a pressure cooker. So I feel like that sort of thing can happen with anyone.
Well, because the pressure is on you, and then Brickman does this thing where he'll give you unique feedback at the last minute, and then you'll be like, "Oh, come on, man!" And then you're trying to do everything and you're like on top of each other, right? Like,
yeah.
And I think Lego Masters is an interesting experience because there's no other TV series like it that one doesn't focus on any of the drama rubbish. But I think the pressure side is a lot harder than something like MasterChef, right? Because if you mess up a dish, you mess up a dish. But if you mess up a Lego build, it escalates very quickly and it ends your day very badly. Yeah. And no one understands that, right? Because if you have to start later in the day on any Lego build on Lego Masters, you know that you're already 8 hours behind. And to try and make that up is next to impossible. And there's only a select few people in the world, and Lego Masters in Australia that can put up with that sort of stuff, right? Even the ones overseas aren't as good as the Australian, because I feel like the Australian one applies more pressure than any other. And you say that to the other teams, and they get a bit upset. Like when I speak to the American guys, I'm like, "You guys had it easy compared to Australia, because you guys had it." It's true, right? Because Australia set the standard. Every season is getting better and better. Every team, obviously, you guys have all been on together. And they choose the right dynamic of people, so it makes it interesting for the show, but it makes it harder as well. Because there's no way anyone can say that they went on this newest season and said it was easy. Because there's no way that was easy for anybody in that room.
Yeah, not really.
And then you look at you look at Henry and Cade. They failed once, like it happens, right? You can fail so many times on that show and still turn around to win. Oh, poor Ben.
Or it's one and you're out.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. Like, especially like last season where everyone's built before and everyone, knows how it works, knows what to do. You have one bad build and then, unfortunately you're gone. Like, there was some really good teams that went pretty early and you can't really predict it. You just can't have a day off.
Well, and that's the pressure of it all, right? But it also nice to finally meet you, Ben. Hello. How
yeah.
are you? On that note, thank you so much, Trent and Alex, and obviously Ben. I'll share their socials, but Alex is all over the place, so you'll see Alex. Trent's a bit quiet, but he does a lot of podcasts. He's up to, what are you up to now, Trent? 400 or 500 podcasts or something?
We've cracked the 400 mark on Toy Power Podcast. So
that's a lot.
Actually, we every year, right? So we just talk toys, 80s toys, whatever. But every year we cover the big conventions, and San Diego hits end of July every year. And San Diego Comic-Con, it's the mecca for like toy reveals. You've got Mattel, Hasbro, you've got them all there, and they do panels, they do interviews, and it's their chance to reveal all the latest toys that they're going to offer for the next year. And normally we stick to a 1 hour episode. So it's 1 hour. We just keep it nice and tight. We finished this San Diego 2025 episode at a bloody 3 hours. Almost 4 hours. We just sat there and talked about toys.
Trent, you're basically Avengers Endgame, mate. Like, you can't be pushing those numbers.
It's out of control. I don't know what happened. But anyway, we love talking toys. That's what it's all about. And I think we're going to be doing it till we're incontinent or something to that effect.
On that note, thank you so much, Trent, Alex, and Ben. Follow those guys on the socials. I'll link it in the bio. We appreciate you guys giving your time because we know you're extremely busy. And we'll catch up again soon. Thanks, guys.
Lovely. Good to see you, Rick. And it's always a pleasure. Always happy to come back.
Oh, you're just so sweet, Trent.
Go, Trent.